All right, y'all, the October challenge has started. Me and Lyric are getting it in with LASHAE on ifyoucanmove.com. Sign up for the October challenge before it's over, or sign up for the online gym if you're trying to get in shape. Okay, girlfriend will get you together in 30 minutes or less most of the time. Okay, I'm telling y'all, most of the workouts are less than 30 minutes. Get you in, get you out, get you some real results. Okay, and please don't forget to check out TLC products. Okay, they tell y'all it's a scam, but they lied. Okay, I'm telling y'all, you got stomach issues, you ever feel like, you're a little constipated, or your stomach hurt, a little nauseous, anything like that, that ISOT, any of the flavors is so helpful, so helpful. And NutriBurst definitely gets your energy where you need it to be throughout the day. I promise y'all I would not lie to you, okay? Because we're going through this challenge. We're working out every day this month, okay? So I need all the help I can get. So y'all check down below in the description box where you can get the links to everything. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back for another Love After Lockup review, y'all. Oh my God. So a lot of the relationships are coming to a head this episode, okay? Yeah, this ain't gonna work out. In a couple of these situations, this ain't gonna work out, okay? This is just, I don't know what goes through people's minds when they put so much trust in obviously devious people. And I'm not saying just because they're in jail. I mean, like, in general, as a person, a lot of these convicts, okay, are just straight up like selfish, devious, F you, it's all about me type people. Even if they don't portray that as their energy, it is their energy because it's within the choices that they make. Okay, so let's start off with Sean and Destiny. Okay, she's like the prime example of that. Obviously, just wants somebody to take care of her so she doesn't have to do it for herself. But at the same time, putting him in a situation where he's constantly scared that she's gonna run off. All right, it's especially about this $50,000 that he put on bond for her, or whatever they call it. Y'all know I don't have to deal with things of this nature like that, so I may not know the correct vernacular, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. $50,000 in the balance because of this nut job, ex-convict, drug addict, selfish, bisexual, lying ass victim playing bitch. There we go. I was trying to figure out how I was going to, sum her up. But that's basically it. Because she plays the victim every time they get into an argument, like she actually ended up staying, all right? So she lies her damn self, but gonna tell him how he's such a liar. Now, granted, he is a liar. He has lied repeatedly. His dumb ass just gets caught in his lies, and she has not been caught in hers yet. But she is a liar. She does do disrespectful things. And the idea that every time she has his little credit card, she's somewhere thinking of a way to spend up all of the money that he doesn't have, okay? He had 6 children with that angry little white girl that he left, okay? And I understand why she's angry, all right? But it's all over her face. Either way, she has 6 kids for this dumbass dude, and he turns around and gets in a relationship with this broad, okay, who really don't like him, really don't see it for him, but sees that she can use him and that he is easily manipulated. So because she didn't clock him for being a dummy, she's not going to use him up, and he's going to put his family on the back burner so that he can try to appease her crazy ass whims. That's basically what's going on between Destiny and Sean, okay? Because she beat your ass before you went to work today. And he came home scared that she may not be there all because of that money. But she was in the jacuzzi, and he's like, what are you doing in here? It's like, what do you think I'm doing in here? I'm trying to relax, okay? Go get you a drink and come get in the jacuzzi with me. So he obliges. He in the jacuzzi. And then she, laying this guilt trip on him about how he's a liar and he needs to get his stuff together and figure out what he wants. And he says, you're right, maybe I need to not talk to my baby mother. Like, you actually were trying to rationalize not talking to your baby mother, even though you have little children with her, like several little children with her. I believe the oldest is like barely out of high school. You have 6 kids with that lady, and you really think that this broad is going to be able to put like a timetable and rules and shit on y'all communication? That's not going to happen, really. Not really. And any woman with sense, any person with sense should not get into a relationship with somebody with a kid and a baby mama or a baby daddy and think they gonna come into the situation and disrupt everything. And I feel like those of y'all that allow people to do that, y'all ain't shit. Y'all should never let somebody come into y'all situation and disrupt your relationship with your children. Within reason, because children will try to manipulate a situation, don't get me wrong. But what I am saying is, there is no way that he should have to even have a conversation about being on a telephone call with his baby mama about all them kids. It's too many kids for you to have an issue, okay? But he admits that he messed up, and then they make out, of course, because it's mostly about the sexual energy that they have. Destiny explains to us in a confessional that she is not the type of person that sticks it out. If shit gets rough with him, she will skedaddle, $50,000 and all, but got the nerve to be annoyed with him when he's nervous about her doing what? Skedaddling. Okay, I was just like, so you gonna sit up here and get mad at him and make him feel like he wrong for wanting you to stay your ass home, okay? Because they ended up having to go to California, somewhere in California where she had a case. Basically, she got out of jail. She was supposed to be on an ankle monitor. She took the ankle monitor off and sent it back to them when she got home. That was in violation of her parole, okay? So she is now facing 2 to 5 years, and she had to come back to town for court. She's gonna meet up with her family, her sister, okay? And he's not happy about it. He's scared. He doesn't want her to go out. He's so scared she's not going to show up for court because this is the case that, you know, he spent the $50,000 on. Like, he's nervous. I mean, really probably the bubble guts, worrying about whether this crazy-ass broad is going to bring her ass to court the next morning, okay? So her and her sister, first they go to the casino and spend his money. Then they go down to the bar and they spend his money there, and she complains about him. And I just feel like the audacity of you. You bring absolutely nothing to the table but problems and probably some sloppy wet snatch. And I'm just saying, like, that's the vibe she give. Okay, like that's all you bring to the table, and you have the audacity to like have this attitude about him, like to actually sit there, spend his money, and complain about him being scared that you're gonna do exactly what you said you would do. Bitch, I'm at a loss for words with Destiny. Let's move on. Quaylon and Chevelle. Okay, they take her daughter to the zoo, and you know Chevelle's wig is a little, you know, a little tazzled and ruffled, and you know just a little astray. And I wish she would get it together. I sometimes get very annoyed when she comes on camera and she kind of has this like disheveled vibe. And I'm like, oh my God, sis, why can't you ever pull it together? Now in her confessionals, she's more pulled together. But like in everyday life, she just looks rough and tired sometimes, okay? And I just kind of be like, oh, you know. And they're at the zoo. So I guess Quaylon thought this was an excellent time to tell her that even though, you know, we a family and yeah, we doing this and we belong together and all of that shit he was talking, he's going to Texas. And she like, what you mean you going to Texas, Quaylon? I know you said you had to visit your family, but you leaving just like that? When are you coming back? And he's like, I don't know. I got a one-way ticket. I'll be back whenever I'm back, okay? This ain't really up for discussion. And she was like, wow, Quaylon, this is how you do. And what about my daughter? It's like, don't do that. That little girl didn't known that boy for 2 weeks for real. Like, please stop it. Like, it's so obnoxious to me that you think you can use your daughter as a way to keep a man when you couldn't keep the pappy from what, I mean, I don't know, you know, God forgive me, I hope he ain't passed away, but it looked like he probably just ain't in the picture like a lot of these bums be, okay? But either way, whatever the situation is, it's still not healthy for you to always be trying to attach your daughter to some man, you know, like, oh, look at your daddy. You don't know what a man will do to your child. You should probably be lucky that Quaylon is not, you know, some dude that would take advantage of a thirsty person like you just so he could get to your kid. Because you the type that stuff happened to. So please, 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 please get some confidence about yourself and stop being so thirsty for a man that you might overlook somebody not being the right person in any way, shape, or form just so you can have a damn man. Okay? Lizzie and Scott. She doesn't get service with her ankle monitor, y'all. So she has to walk outside in a circle until they can get service from the ankle monitor. Okay, she can't get the thing wet. She has to charge it for a few hours a day. I mean, it is a headache. So not being in a halfway house is not necessarily, you know, the best thing right now. Okay, but she got to see her daughter, so she's in a better mood now, and she's actually in the mood to take a bath and, you know, pour Scott, you know, a little bit of drink and try to jump on top his thing. Okay, so she drags him into the tub because he kind of seemed like he didn't know what to do. You know, he don't know whether she gonna pop off on him. He didn't want to get his hopes up. I think that's what it was. But she says, you know, he's in good shape. He's always worked out. I like that. You know, I don't want to be with nobody fat. I'm like, we didn't need that information, but okay, fine, we get it. He's attractive. Okay, you know, enough for you. And she tells him to slide up in his bubble bath. He slides all up in the bubble bath, and then her ankle monitor starts to beep because it has to charge. So that throws a monkey wrench all in a situation, okay? So fast forward, they had a good night, I guess. And he goes through some of her notebooks. I don't know why he would do that, but okay. Something that she has written in the notebook, and she says it was from something else, but I don't believe that. I think that she wrote whatever was in there. That was her plan, and she was writing it down on paper to make sure that it happened, okay? To make sure that it was real. Erykah Badu told y'all that, okay? Put something down with pen and paper and watch it happen, okay? All right, I always remember her saying that to me. A part of manifestation is actually writing things down that you want to happen. And she wrote down how she wanted to get a man to marry her, to take care of her when she got out of jail, and to, you know, basically just do everything for her until she could figure out what her next move was. Okay, like he read it and he felt like it was about him because it sounded like it was about him. And then she gets defensive and acts as if he's completely, you know, overreacting and it's not about him. And why are you going through my stuff? And why are you ruining a good night that we had? And it's like, because you're not to be trusted, Lindsay. But at the same time, Scott, don't be an old ass man getting with a young woman, you know, with all of this money. You know why she's with you, okay? And it's not about your looks or y'all sexual attraction. That takes a back seat to the fact that you can provide and take care of her, all right? So the whole scam is to make you think that that could possibly be forever. But at the end of the day, even with people who you plan to be with forever, it may not happen that way. So I just kind of feel like I understand how that might bother him to read that. But at the same time, don't be disillusioned and think that she was with you for some real, reasons, for some real love or some shit. Like, no, that's not what this is about at all. Y'all, poor Dylan. I think Dylan does not know what he has gotten himself into with crazy ass Heather, okay? I don't know if Heather is clean or not, but she tweaks. Okay, she tweaks, and when she, you know, went in the house and then came out, we haven't spent time together and I'm trying to have sex and she tweaking, and I don't know if it's for the D or for something else, but either way, okay, they're in the car because she didn't want to stay at her Aunt Diane's because her Aunt Diane was asking too many questions and was taking up too much of his attention away from her. So now she's driving. I don't know where the hell they're going, but Aunt Diane calls and says that the parole officer is at the house looking for him, which is exactly what he said might happen, okay? This was the first day that he was there. He was definitely supposed to stay put for the first day. And because she's on one and tweaking and going through whatever the hell she going through, she has now put his freedom in harm's way. So she's speeding back now, and now he's nervous that they might get pulled over or get in an accident or anything. And it's because she is not stable. She is not stable. Something is wrong with her, and he needs to get as far away from her as possible. He needs to find somewhere else to stay, travel to somebody else that you know. Okay, get your parole officer to put you in a better situation before your ass end up back in jail over that crazy butterface ass bitch. I'm just saying. Okay, because it's about everything but her face. John and Christiana, okay, that's her name, Christiana, child, whatever her name is. Y'all know she's back at the halfway house. And because of how she was sneaking around to see him, I'm guessing her parole officer took him off of her visiting list. So now they can only communicate via the phone, okay? All she can do is work. The job doesn't, pay a lot of money. Then they actually have to pay for the halfway house, which is so ridiculous to me. How is anybody supposed to get on their feet if they have to, first of all, find a job, which is hard when you're, an ex-con or you're a convict. Then on top of that, you pay them a little bit of money and then you charge them for a situation that you forced them to be in. Okay? The halfway house situation. Like, why do I have to pay to be here? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I know, like, people feel like criminals are bad people and we shouldn't be cutting people breaks, but I just kind of feel like it's more like, let me dig a poor person into a hole. That's more what it seems like to me than, trying to rectify or, fix something that's wrong with somebody that ended up getting in trouble. Because the whole jailing system is supposed to be to, like, correct. That's why it's called, a correctional facility or correction officers. Because y'all supposed to be correcting shit. And y'all don't really correct anything. And a lot of times y'all make the situations worse. But either way, this girl is in a halfway house with people who she's done drugs with and people who she has bought drugs from. And he's trying to help her. So he tells, one of his friends who is also an addict that he has left little hidden places where he put little money. A brick, wrapped in a $20 bill and then wrapped in some type of newspaper or something like that, I guess, and placed somewhere along the route to her job, trying to help her. And his friend says that he has to be careful of that because she could, use that money to get drugs. And easy money is not a good thing for an addict. So it puts a lot into perspective. On top of that, she asked him to look after her mom and sister. Her mom is sickly. Her sister has a drug problem. So he has decided to move them into his house. And I'm like, John, like, how much are you going to put on your shoulders before you break? Let us know. Let us know. I'm curious. Inquiring minds want to know. I just feel like he puts way too much on his back. Why are you putting this lady's whole family with their issues inside your house for you to have to deal with on a daily basis? Like, how about you just go and visit them, see if they need anything, see if you can help them with anything, and then take your ass back to your house after you have provided that, okay? But to move them into your house, you don't know them. You barely know her. And I understand that he married her, but something about it feels ominous, okay? And I'm not feeling optimistic about whatever the situation he's about to put himself in with her family. And that's just, that. So yeah, y'all, that was Love After Lockup. I hope y'all enjoyed the review. Like I told y'all, okay, a lot of these relationships are on, the kaputs. I feel like Dylan and Heather are going to end. I don't know about Lindsay and Scott. I do feel like she's just gonna kiss him and make him feel better about it eventually, and he'll sugar up and he'll let it go. So I think she'll be able to ride him until the wheels fall off, in all honesty. Chevelle and Quaylin are over. And, unfortunately, Sean and Destiny aren't over yet, but I can't wait to see when it happens because it will happen. But yeah, you guys, Love After Lockup, entertainment, a little sadness, ratchetry. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.